Hi everybody. In this video, we are going to look at how Zepto, Dmart, Swiggy, Instamart, and Blinkit, Zomato, Blinkit are just changing the required skill sets and having a huge impact in FMCG sales and marketing. My name is Maneesh Konkar. I started my career in ITC a long time back. I'm ex-IIM Bangalore. And subsequently, as we've done corporate training for a large number of FMCG companies in India. We're great fans of this industry and we produce a lot of content on it. If you're watching this video on either the YouTube channel or one of our free courses, do remember to sign up, check out our other courses. We've got a lot of very interesting programs on FMCG, the FMCG marketing bootcamp. We've got the trade marketing and distributor bootcamp. And of course, we've got a playlist on FMCG sales and marketing on our Direction One Success YouTube channel. Do check out all of those things and let's begin. All right. So, how does the FMCG channel work? Okay. So here's the point. When I started in ITC a long time back, we only had general trade most of the time, right? That was we. I remember there was this Shell petrol pumps which started doing this modern retailing. Big Bazaar was kick-started the modern trade revolution in India more than 10 years back, a long time back, and and today you've got four different channels through which FMCG products are sold. As an FMCG sales and marketing professional, you have to manage all the four channels. And the company structures are changing, the skill sets are changing as this whole business is evolving. Let me share with you how this business is evolving, and then we talk about how the skill sets are changing. So the first point is that in 2015, about 9 years back, general trade, first of all, what are all of these things? General trade is your panwalas, kirana stores, small departmental stores, cosmetics outlets. This is what is called general trade. Mom and pop kirana stores is the majority over there. Modern trade is Reliance, is Dmart, is Spencer's, okay, more. These are the companies that make up modern trade. E-commerce is, of course, Amazon and Flipkart, and quick commerce is now becoming quite big in the top 8 cities in India, which is Blinkit, Instamart, and Zepto. All right. Okay. Now, in 2015, 90%. Now, there was no quick commerce, and basically it was a 90-10 ratio. 90% was general trade, 10% was modern trade and e-commerce put together. Right. Um, Before COVID, modern trade was about 7% and e-commerce was 3%. After COVID, that reversed. And suddenly by 2020, the ratio changed to 85% for general trade, 15% for e-commerce and modern trade. And however, if you look at the data for some of the biggest companies in India for ITC, this ratio was not 85-15, it was more like 83%, 17%. The most important data point that we are presenting in this video is that by 2024, this share of modern trade, e-commerce and quick commerce has gone to 31% of the total, which means almost 1/3 of the sales are coming from these new age retail channels. General trade is now accounting for only 69%. Now, this changes the scheme of things and it changes the role of a FMCG sales and marketing professional, right? Now, what is the challenge therefore? If you looked at, let's say, how general trade was working, general trade required vast numbers of people. You had a national sales manager, you had 4 to 5 regional managers. Within that, you have a company like ITC branch managers, and they reported. They had area managers, and typically an ASM would be for a metro, or so Mumbai would have an ASM, rest of Maharashtra would have an ASM, and then you had these TSIs and area executives, territory sales in charges, who would go and travel 22 days a month, managing the distributor sales rep, and these guys would collect orders and they'd be out in the field doing that. Right now, this was because general trade was the major chunk. But how is modern trade different? Well, so in modern trade, what are we talking about? It's more or less a duopoly right now. So modern trade, Reliance accounts for more than 50% of the overall modern trade business, and DMart accounts for another 35%. Now, what is happening is, from a situation where a sales guy was negotiating with a small retailer in the market, a small kirana store, a wholesaler, he is now negotiating with a very powerful entity called DMart, which has multiple stores. The volumes are much bigger, and the method of selling is completely different. I can't just sell in to a modern trade outlet, I have to sell out also. Why? Because in a Kirana store, I walk in and ask the retailer to give me a particular product. In modern trade, I don't ask anybody. So merchandising becomes much more important in modern trade. Negotiating skills becomes much more important in modern trade because there is lesser number of outlets and the volumes are much bigger. You also don't want a situation where your Kirana store buys from Dmart rather than buying from the local distributor. That's what many times happens. What happens is Dmart discounts the product to such an extent that many times the Dmart selling price is less than the distributor landing price of the company. Right? Just understand this point. The rate at which Dmart sells is lower than the rate at which the local distributor is purchasing. So if you were a retailer in the market, it would actually make sense for you to buy from a Dmart rather than buying from the company distributor. That's the difference. Now, what else is changing? Well, now with general trade, okay, what was therefore the issue? The challenge was you were mostly about making sure that the retailer bought your product. After that, it was a little bit of merchandising, but not much. E-commerce and quick commerce are totally different. So here, you have to understand digital marketing. Why? Because Amazon, you can run ads on Amazon for your product. There are hundreds, thousands of sellers of your product online. You got to run ads, otherwise you will not be visible unless you want to come on the search on the first page of Amazon search, right? So digital marketing becomes important. Shopper behavior analysis also becomes equally important. Every platform has a category focus. For example, Amazon may decide that, okay, I want to focus on the fashion segment right now. Zepto might find that it wants to focus on, let's say, biscuits. So what is the category focus of the platform? You then sit with and work out plans for the platform. The sales and marketing part is something that you do in unique for the platform per se. For example, it could be grow the chocolate biscuit category in modern trade in UP, grow premium hair colors in a higher average order value. Now, what is a Zepto looking out for? If it sells a piece of bread, a packet of bread, 50 rupees. But if it sells a packet of cosmetics, that's 200 rupees. So this is average order value. Zepto and e-commerce are trying to increase the average order value. So can I tie up with a quick commerce company like a Blinkit and go grow, let's say, a category called premium hair colors in a particular state, which is Tamil Nadu? This is what the sales and marketing area sales manager, the marketing manager, the category, the brand manager, these are the kind of discussions that are expected by all of these people. Right? So that's the idea. Some more examples along these lines. Grow the chocolate biscuit category in modern trade in UP. We looked at higher need for data analysis. So earlier, your data came from a company like Nielsen. It came a little later. You do have your outlet data all the time, which is in the in your app, the ordering app that the distributor uses. And as the whole thing changes from general trade to modern trade to e-commerce to quick commerce, you find that the marketing budgets are already shifting. Okay, companies are tracking this very closely, and okay, and all these things are important. So local area digital, Zepto allows you to advertise on its platform. Blinkit allows you to do that. They are looking to grow their advertising revenues. So earlier, the marketing budgets went to the merchandising piece, a little bit of retailer schemes at the local city level. Now you will need to learn digital marketing also, right? Um, Different SKUs. Now you don't want intra-channel competition. You don't want somebody buying from a Zepto and selling to the local retailer. Your own distributor becomes uncompetitive in this process. So one of the ways is that you change the SKUs. You sell one set of SKUs in one outlet, another set of SKUs in a different outlet, so that the channels don't complete each other. This raises the complexity of the supply chain, and therefore the supply chain has to deliver. Business planning, similarly with a modern trade, you work with the regional manager of a Dmart and drive a particular offer in a state like a Punjab. And many times what you've seen is that if you launch on digital, it's cheaper to launch on digital, but then not everybody is on digital. And if a product is doing well in a particular geographical area, that is when you can start placement at the local level. All right, this is it. Exciting times for channel sales and marketing, especially in the FMCG industry. No one knows how this is going to pan out. One thing is very clear is that the required skill sets are definitely changing, so important to be in touch. All right. Okay, so if you come till here, thanks a lot for watching this video. My name is Maneesh Konkar. On this channel, we produce a lot of content on sales and marketing. We've got a lot of online courses in this subject. Do check them out. The link is there in the description. If you need your team to be trained on all of these topics, negotiations, channel management, and all, do reach out to us. And our playlist has additional videos, so remember to check those out. So, okay. Thanks a lot. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.